Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Danish Bears versus Power Rangers. It's game number 2 in BTS Europe number 3. I'm KotLGuy for Beyond the Summit, going to be joined again remotely by Ryu Boris. And last game, it felt like Danish Bears. They had that sticky, creepy lineup, Viper Brood, and the early game going their way. But in the end, Power Rangers were able to kind of resist and fight back and really take advantage of Danish Bears not utilizing the amount of momentum that they had got built up for themselves. So here we are, Ryu. Let's see how things can be changed up for game number 2. Power Rangers this time do have first pick, so they're going to be on the Radiant side, and they use that first pick for an Invoker. Does leave out a lot of big options there, including the Earth Spirit. So we'll have to see if the Danish Bears are going to be going for this one. But Ryu, what would you like to see from the Bears this game?
Well, they already took away all my potential picks, so now they're doing something completely different, which I would like to see from them. I don't want to see them have this, oh, we're just gonna do early game strategy, oh, we're gonna, and then hope everything goes well on the backs of an Enchantress. Oh, we only know how to play Alchemist, and when Penguin has an amazing game in the mid lane and he carries us, I want to see them win on the backs of, yeah, maybe something like this, different. Earth Spirit. I want to see how good their Earth Spirit player is here, which I think it's Noya. And then their PL, and how good it can, counteract this Invoker in the mid lane. What's going to happen there? So, if not many people have been tuning in for the last, 4 weeks of Dota, as we're coming to a close, maybe on this patch here. PL's been picked a lot to counter the Invoker.
Yeah.
You just go into the mid lane. You can constantly harass them with the Spirit Lance, and because you get that fast bottle on the Phantom Lancer, you're just able to dish out this constant damage, and then you can get up in his face. You can doppelganger on top of the Invoker if you want to put even more pressure, or you can just doppelganger away if he ever kind of cold snaps you or go on you. So this hero can do it all in the mid lane, and because Invoker doesn't go for that rune control, it's really good to have this PL pick here. Now, picking up the Chen, KotLGuy, what are they trying to do here?
My first thought when they got the Chen was like, oh, they got their paramedic, and Hand of God could help counteract something like Magnetize a bit, but outside of that, it's hard to say. I mean, unless they're going to be going in a serious push strat, maybe they're like, let's just go push here. We can get a Forge Spirit Invoker with Chen, and then still have the options to pull out maybe like a Beastmaster, let's say, and go in for the sieging potential, because Chen's ganking capability and pressure towards the mid lane ain't going to be so easy here unless the PL does kind of commit his early doppelganger. He's pretty damn elusive, so I'm just as curious to see what the Chen's going to be able to do in this one. They don't have to fear any sort of pesky bounty hunters or anything, though. Earth Spirit is one to roam on his own. Probably won't be looking to kind of put up much of a fight with the Chen in the early game. More so there to kind of pressure the Invoker if necessary, but we'll have to just see what the Chen's purpose is going to be. They actually ban out the Gyrocopter themselves, one typically pretty good with the Chen here. And even Danish Bears, take the next step in rid of the Sven. So a lot of hate towards the cores here in this banning phase already.
Yeah, a lot of hate to the AoE cores and the Clinks, where you can just constantly roam around the map. If you find the Chen, you eat his creep, and then you're just like, I'm easy Chen. In like 4 hits, he's down, out of the team fight. And what I would like to see from Chen early on now is stack a lot, hope to get that Wild Wind Ripper, and maybe get a Heartbeat creep or the Satyr Blaster, and then put it mid. Make sure your Invoker has a nice start here from Arise, and make sure the Phantom Lancer is going to be shut down a bit more. I would like to see that, because you have the potential with the Earth Spirit roaming in. Invoker is going to have a potential tough time in the middle lane, and so I would like to see that happen. As for Danish Bears, trying to figure out what else they can pick now. If they want to get greedy on their side, what they could do is, I think right now they should pick a support. Probably the Witch Doctor against the Chen combo, but what I would like from them is to pick something like an Ursa, so they can have this easy Roshan and tempo control with that for the Danish Bears side. But at the same time, when you do that, you don't have enough AoE clearance, especially when you're against the Invoker Forge Spirits and the Chen army. So it's not the best counter in the world, And they also can't go for the Darkseer plus Earth Spirit combination because they didn't ban out that Oracle last. So I'm trying to figure out what other route they could go.
What about like a Jug or something? You got the spin for the Invoker. He builds up typically in the cleave to deal with a lot of the pushing pressure a bit. Does put them serious into the melee department though. Does look like in the meantime at least they'll step off and pick up the Batrider here again for Hestejo. I mean, Hestejo had a great laning start. He almost got a really nice early Blink Dagger, but they did find a successful jump, did Power Rangers, and kind of put him off his mark a bit. And then it really never led to that typical debut of a Blink Dagger for a Batrider. He got caught up in a fight multiple times, was blinking in and not able to catch his target. So he will get the opportunity at a run back here and see if things turn out a bit easier for him in game number 2. Danish Bears will need it if they want to be staying alive here in BTS EU.
Reserve time.
But they're picking that now where Power Rangers can counter it. Like you talked about, the Venge is going to be great here if they want to swap, or just the Oracle. I think Oracle is trying to see who's the better fit, right? Venge helps with the pushing power, adding up to the army. But then the other side, Oracle can help out more, I want to say, in the laning phase where you have that more burst damage.
Yeah.
And you have the potential where you can clear out, where you can use that Fate's Edict that I talked about against this heavy magical burst lineup from the Danish Bears right now to really, turn the team fight around.
Yeah.
But they're going to pick up a Puck now. That's
so
that off-lane Puck.
It's either an off-lane Puck that we haven't seen in a long time, and as you just said, it could lead to something like a potential Drow lineup. That does go along with being more all in for the push at this point, but we'll have to see. It's either that or a safe lane farming Invoker, and they put Puck in the mid lane to kind of deal with the Phantom Lancer. Obviously, it could be that way where they have to just kind of call the audible with Danish Bears showing the PL already. And Danish Bears will opt for the Crystal Maiden here. So has the freezing field to be able to deal with the crazy amount of wave clear. Could also be a potential deny pick to take away from the Power Rangers. I mean, it's not your typical counter for the Batrider here, but, it could have been something nice for them to have even against the PL if you need to rid of all those pesky illusions. But it looks like Power Rangers, man, they're going to now pick up the Lone Druid here. So that would mean that, I guess Invoker to the safe lane, Puck mid, Lone Druid off. It feels a little greedy, but they're going to need a pretty
I like the way they
selfless
changed up things. I don't think it's that greedy unless Lone Druid dies too much, and they don't have an OD to really help out, or a Bane, and they can't pick either of those. So I see Lone Druid having a nice time early on, getting the pulls off, and so he can get to that fast level 3, or even that fast level 2, so he can have that Savage Roar and help him stay alive. And with the Puck against the PL, PL can still farm effectively.
10 seconds
and
remaining.
For me, though, Puck won't be able to get ganked as much unless he orbs aggressively too much. And that kind of hinders the Earth Spirit. So he's going to be like looking for all the ganks potentially on this Lone Druid now. Or Danish Bears, they can go aggressive now. Like CM, Earth Spirit +1. Batrider safe lane against Lone Druids, okay. PL mid against the Puck is okay. And then you just take it to the Invoker early on. We'll see how they want to play it. We know they love playing super aggressive, so I wouldn't put it past them to do something crazy.
I mean, we saw it in the last game that Danish Bears have their nice aggressive laning phase, but if they try to play this typical with just Earth Spirit trying to jump a Puck, he's going to be left with a lot to be desired and could quickly fall off if he doesn't get that promising start. So I would agree with you. Some sort of change-up where they probably put the pressure on for the Invoker here. And maybe Danish Bears getting a bit inspired by Power Rangers in the last game. They themselves will now pick up the Weaver as their 5th and final grab. And they saw how much potential he was with being so elusive here. And typically the Weaver, very nice to have against a Lone Druid. I heard that a lot, but maybe I'm slow, but we'll pose it as a question for a lot of people out there who are also curious, Ryu. What is it that makes Weaver so good against the Lone Druid?
Well, he's one of those heroes that can, since Savage Roar got that nerf, it has such a long cooldown now. Even when it's maxed out, it's like 20 seconds. So with the hurt to the Savage War and with Sakuchi being such a short cooldown, you can be on top of the bear whenever you want.
Yeah.
And with having the swarm on top of the lone druid, it helps eat away at that armor, and then you just like wail on him, and you can do a ton of damage early on, which that's the problem with lone druid. He has to have this good time. He has to get that fast level 6 so he can sometimes go into that that ulti form so he can start tanking up. But we'll have to see if it's going to work out for them. They have a lot of catch potential. Earth Spirit, as you talked about, roaming around, can catch this lone druid. CM is going to help out a lot, maybe against that Chen. I was talking about the Chen creeps going in the mid lane. Could help out there. But last pick is Lion. All right, Dakota, who has the better lineup? Who does it? Who is it?
Well, my initial reaction is to say Power Rangers. I just like their team fight. They have balanced sustain. Feels a touch on the greedier side of things, but if we're going based on draft, I still lean towards Power Rangers, and we saw their veteran experience in game number 1, so I guess it's just the natural way I fall. I mean, do you agree with that, or do you think Danish Bears are going to be able to, put action into play here and be able to kind of get this to a 3-game series?
I want to say Power Rangers are going to win, but I'm going to say Power Rangers are going to win, but Danish Bears, if this goes later than 40 minutes, I could see this PL becoming a monster, and they don't have enough AoE clearance. The one thing that does counter the PL this game will be the Lion. If you're able to just blink on top of him, hex him, and then just blow him up. And that's the problem with Illusion Heroes at times. It's like, well, if you find the right target before he starts spawning all this army, then you're just up a shit creek. So
then you're hoping on who's going to be able to kind of get that jump first here, and people say it a lot, but it could just end up coming down to execution. If Noya is able to get in there first and get in the Lion's face and eliminate the support staff before they can make that jump for the PL, then it's DB on the up and up. But you're absolutely right. We'll see if J4 ends up getting a good start for his Lion, gets a swift time Blink Dagger, and the next thing you know, they're kind of able to get the jump, and PL, as elusive as he can be, and with the benefit of all these illusions, could end up being just quickly bursted down. So
I like what they're doing. They're running this aggressive dual lane here with the Weaver. This does help out Cheshire Cat a lot, where he can, like we talked about, he's going to get free levels in this off lane, and against the Bat Rider, once you get that Poison Orb and once you get that level 5, the Lone Druid can take this lane, but before then, Hestia Joe can dominate. Ace here, they can reliably chase down heroes now. And we just have to see the rotations of the supports. Surprise enough, they don't have any smoke for Danish Bears. That could be a thing that can hurt them. Because normally when you're running this dual roam, you want to have that potential threat of like, oh, they're in our jungle. So where are they at? Where are they going?
Oh, bottom lane. Man, they go right through the tree. They're looking to get a hold of the Invoker. Stunts out, but it's not going to catch on to Noya, who rolls right through it. And that's really all it takes, man. The first jump is going to be onto this Invoker. We were talking about it in the draft. There's no easy target in the mid lane with this puck being around, but they just find another target instead on the bottom. And even with Lion around, it's just not going to be enough in the support department. So, good first strike does come out from the Bears. And they're not going to be letting up one bit. Oh, the roll's a bit short. And without that roll, they're not going to be getting that kill. Noya instead going to get hit up with a stun. Sunstrike is going to be off the mark. They rotate through with Big Num here, showing up with his Chen. A Centaur creep not going to be able to get close enough, and Noya's going to have to be walking away and healing up. Doesn't really have much in the tango department, so he will actually make the long walk all the way back to base and will just kind of sit in the dark. Had they got that secondary kill, man, this could have been an easy, breezy time for this Weaver, but for now we'll just kind of settle with the advantage he's been given, and we'll see if PR can recover.
Yep, that's the name of the game right now for Power Rangers. They need to recover, because Invoker is one of those heroes if you don't get those levels, you're useless. And meanwhile, seeing top lane, really well played so far from Cheshire Cat. Pulling this wave over, this helps the Bat Rider get more creeps in, but at the same time it's going to help Cheshire Cat free farm, and it's making him waste that Firefly, where he's not going to have that aggressive potential on you for the next 30 seconds.
Seems like a nice win-win for really for both laners here. The lone druid who goes down more of that greedier path is going to be very thankful for having this start to allow him to segue into something like the Midas that much faster, and for the Bat Rider also getting a lot of solo XP and could quickly walk out into a Blink Dagger here very soon. So we'll have to see how things are going to be panning out up there. And Rise in the meantime going to go in jungle, but bottom lane it looks like Noya has been able to roll in with the rolling boulder. Will connect, forgot him, and it looks like with that kick, a boulder smash is going to be coming out, but they got the net and the catch for Ace, and he's not going to be able to follow it up. Good save there from Bignum, because that could have been another takedown on the Invoker.
I was more impressed with Invoker on not going for that kill. He could have immediately sunstriked and tried to go for the Cold Snap, and he would have been out of mana, and he would have lived because of the Sakuchi. So really well played, coming in from Gotham too, holding it. And I'm just watching this mid lane very carefully. Arise is playing super aggressive. He has the Arcane Orb, so you want to use it constantly, and this could be punished. Rise.
He's got a small window here without an orb, but because of that reduced cooldown a bit, he has the orb now. Should be able to sidestep. Can they get close? No. Rise. No level into the Nova there. I don't even know if that would have been enough. Bottom lane, yeah, they have the catch here for Noya. Nice stun, nice net. And the Earth Spirit will go down. It looks like he did a rolling boulder again, but there's going to be, again, no finish up here. J4 will even be able to get down that pesky bug and walk away to safety. I feel like PR have been able to kind of take this bottom lane back. The advantage for Ace is not quite there, and we're going to be seeing Noya continue to swing. And he'll be able to grab up at least the bottom illusion rune. But I don't know if this has been enough pressure yet from the Earth Spirit to really qualify as a nice start or not.
It's just weird to have the CM kind of start in that bottom lane and then immediately rotate into the lane we talked about. Can't get a kill. Meanwhile, Bignum's going to get gone on here on the bottom lane. Slowed up, nice body block.
That's nice. Yeah, he just goes right in front of him. But there are a lot of creeps and a rotating Invoker. And it looks like he'll be able to walk away here. Still needs 5 seconds before he can roll. Looks like he should be good. They might even turn this around. If he can roll connect on the Invoker, he's dead. In fact, they don't even need it. He's run down with illusions. Kind of even drops the casual good game and sorry after. Oh, obviously a bit flustered with that one. All the meanwhile, looks like they are going to also get a kill. It's actually Cheshire Cat who gets the work done top lane. And a follow-up with a takedown onto Rise. We don't catch the beginning of that one just with the antics breaking out there in the bottom lane, but a fire back does come out there from the Danish Bears after that takedown on the Invoker.
Jeez. Oh, and another kill. Sunstrike on the Weaver. This is what looked like Danish Bears for 1 minute is now all Power Rangers, and that's a quick 3-0 strike back coming in. Well played. And I was gonna start making fun of Gotham, not really, but he could have went back to the tower. It's one of those situations where you're like, where you don't check the enemy's mana, and Weaver didn't have enough for Sakuchi, so he's like, oh, I'm really scared. I'm just gonna go this way, and he could have lived, but still getting that kill right now. It's putting him back in the game. He's gonna be on pace with his Midas. They're gonna be running 2 Midases at a decent time, since Cheshire Cat he only needs about. Oh, he actually went for phase boots here. So opting out for that extra early game aggression against this Bat Rider.
Move for Ace on the bottom lane here, Ryu. They dropped the sentry to scout him out while he's doing that neutral camp, but Cold Snap alone is not going to be enough when he's able to easily Sakuchi away. A rotation was coming in, but comes in a bit too late. So no grab for there for the Weaver, and he'll have to step off into the side lane here. And it's back to the grind here for Noya and the support staff for the Danish Bears. Both of them kind of need to take this time to farm a bit. Rise is the benefit of being able to move
scouting
jungle,
out. Top. Sorry. He had a haste rune on a Rise. He immediately TP'd top, and then with this ward scouting him out, it's going to going back.
Oh.
Very unfortunate.
Can't put that first coil to use yet, but we'll see if they can change pace to elsewhere. You know who's been quietly still holding top of CS here is Penguin on this mid lane PL at 35-7. You know, he obviously hasn't really been getting his hands too dirty, playing the mid PL to its truest form here, just continuing his grind up. When should we expect Penguin to kind of maybe get more involved, or is he just content with taking this mid lane as long as he can, to the point where if he can get the tier 1?
Sometimes I see the PLs going for that aggressive, drums build, and then that's when they start getting aggressive. And meanwhile, bottom lane, got him. He's silenced. They're gonna be. Oh.
Yeah, very anxious, but Gotham does go off the beaten path on that one and makes the boulder roll very difficult to land.
But back to your question here. He can farm freely in this mid lane because there's not that much to catch him out besides this smoke gank. I was going to talk about it, where J4 is the only one who can kill him. And if they can catch him out now, force him to use coil or, doppelganger, then they can find him out. But instead, Hestia Joe is going to be the target here.
He was going for the rune, and they'll catch him with a dream coil instead, and that will be the death of your Bat Rider.
Meanwhile, bottom lane.
Deep dive into the tower, yeah. Ace is going to go for Gotham here, and I don't think there's going to be too many outs here for Gotham to make it away from the trouble. Just dishes out his Sunstrike, tries his best to maybe get a return kill for Rise, but Rise shows up and takes down Rise. Orbs forward for that one, and turns into a 2-for-1 that PR will be happy with. Now Arise going to get silenced up with the grip coming out from Noya. They make their dive for him. Arise has the one shift, but he's getting low on the mana at this point, and he's not going to be able to make it away. A good roll connection is going to be there, and Danish Bears will pick up another kill and pull this game closer. Top lane, what's happening up here? It's a 3-on-1. They make their move for Hestijo. There's going to be back-to-back takedowns. This Blink Dagger continue to be prolonged. This Lone Druid continuing to just farm on up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Man, every lane is just constantly running at each other. Like, what is going on here? I think it's still benefiting the side of Power Rangers because they're getting pressure and they're taking towers, and their Lone Druid might become out of control very shortly. But they're gonna defend here.
They're gonna try to. Boulder Smash is a miss. That's a miss. They will get the grip, but by that point, J4 is long gone. And I know that grip is only level 1.
Oh, they didn't even get the deny on the tower.
Oy. PR will be able to get the extra bit of gold. They still want J4. He dishes off the stun, but Ace needs another Sakuchi. Oh, tried to sidestep, but that AoE pretty big. We'll be able to catch him. Will they fight? Oh, Arise! Nicely connected with the 3-man Dream Coil. Sunstrike will be there, and Noya should be first to be going down, but the coil will snap. Ace is going to be forced to dish out the time lapse. They'll take both supports and let the Weaver go, but
meanwhile, on the bottom lane, we got a lasso. Hestia Joe going back into the tower range. Got him. He played. I think he was looking top for that Sunstrike, and that's why he was kind of not paying attention to his hero.
Good moves there from Hestia Joe after he was taking down that top lane, heads bottom, and takes advantage of the Invoker. When
we're gonna get a tangle.
Can they get a root? Oh, no root there, but. Hestia Joe, quick to fire back, and that's good because with those 2 takedowns, he was very far off from getting his Blink Dagger, but now it gets at least back up to 1,200. It's obviously not your wonderful quota for a Blink Dagger on a Bat Rider at this point, but he'll quickly play catch up if possible here. But as we do switch over to the net worth, you can see it still does belong to PR at this point. Even though this PL has been farming a ton in the mid lane and not really involved whatsoever, is still sitting at 0-0-0. Still only 3rd in net worth with how much PR have been able to get done across the map and been able to really get their hands dirty.
It's coming down to that Lone Druid and where he's just took this game over. Imagine if you don't get those 2 solo kills on top lane. Bat Rider would have the Blink Dagger by now, and Penguin could potentially have his boots of travel or something, where he can just constantly go around the map and start fighting. But yeah, he's good game 6 from Penguin, realizing that, hey, look, they're off the map. Probably had an Invis Rune picked up from Arise because they have nice warding coming out from Danish Bears. And, well, Rise picking on Rise here.
Sunstrike.
Gonna miss, though.
But they still get the orb. And that will be it, man. Unfortunately,
they had the kick.
Oh, nice kick cancel. Grip. He's waiting for the grip. We'll get it off there. Already has the magnetize. That's going to be enough. Oh, he actually gets a nice return kill, though. First, he's able to take down Rise before Rise will end up going down. So, cute little play there at the end, but they are going to be taking the puck out of this one. And that'll be the end of it. I was going to say going into that. It could have been a quick and easy kill and then get the hell out, but hard game for Gotham in this one. He's able to get his Midas here, but bit off the mark on the Sunstrike there.
it's one of those things where you're like, huh, CM is squishy, right? She should die without even having the Sunstrike. But little did we know it was necessary for that. And well, meanwhile, Danish Bears going to be pressuring this mid tower now, not having the puck just yet. Are they going to get it tonight? Not going to be there.
Radiant's middle tower
And
has fallen.
well, we should look at here over at the cores here, or not the cores. I'm at the supports. Danish Bears 6 and 7 on the CM and the Earth Spirit. Meanwhile, the Chen is level 8 and level 7 for the Lion. But the mechanism is complete for Bignum, and he has this huge army to deal for the Danish Bears to deal with. So Penguin playing aggressive. I like it when people just do that. It's like, I don't care if you guys are just farming in the mid lane. You can't kill me.
Certainly seems like he knows the limitations of his hero. Now benefits from picking up the boots of travel, has that kind of global presence, and can finally maybe participate in a kill. Still 0-0-0. We'll see if he kind of puts those ruby red shoes to work here soon or not, but we could actually see pressure come their way in the near future with the smoke coming out. And as you mentioned, Bignum picking up that mechanism. It's go time for PR, and they happen to cross paths here with Rise. Rise, you know, it's not the worst thing ever. He will be able to tank the gank and help out Ace here. And obviously with Ace seeing the pressures coming, he quickly pulls back. And I imagine the momentum is coming down this bottom lane. Forge Spirits are out. Huge creep armies here from Chen, and they're going to take some towers and take some objectives. We'll have to see if Danish Bears are going to be able to stop them. They have a Bat Rider waiting in the wings with a Blink Lasso ready to go.
You know, funny thing about this game is they have two unkillable heroes on both sides, like the Lone Druid, who's getting out of control, and then the PL, who's also getting out of control. But because that Midas and those kills that he participated in, I just love this scouting of this Wild Wind. They should know Hestia Joe's here. They caught Ace.
Jumps, nice gets silenced. Not going to be able to get the lasso off. The roll-in does come from Noya. Pops off the Magnetize as the Hand of God will be coming out to quickly burst down that Earth Spirit. Hestia Joe, very low. Arise, looking to finish him off. Needs another right click. Not going to be able to get it while that Magnetize continues to shred on through. Penguin charges on forward, looking to make the go for Bignum. Dishes out the Lance. The right clicks. Got him, trying his best to save him. Not going to be able to do it. Now they put the focus onto the Invoker. Look at this, the PL and the Weaver moving in deep. Got him's going to be able to get off the Ghost Walk, and it's going to be the Weaver who gets shut down from the grave of the Chen. He puts the Centaurs to work.
Rise.
They rush in. Meanwhile, up and above, yep, Rise trying to retreat back as the Lone Druid makes chase, but the rotations come in. They're back from the dead, and here comes Danish Bears. They're going to turn it around. I think maybe Cheshire Cat just overextending to get a hold of this Crystal Maiden, and that will be the end of it there. When the dust does settle, it could have been more for PR, but fortunately they kind of get split up in the fight a bit, and Danish Bears will be rewarded with the last couple of kills.
Yeah, it was going to be stock even with once there was no Syllabear kill, but with that, that helps out the Bat Rider, because Bat Rider is one of those heroes that needs a Force Staff. He needs that second item more than he needs that Blink Dagger, because the first one's like a gimme. Like speaking of which, chasing here, Invoker. Surprising enough, he doesn't go onto the QQQ or the Quaz here to heal up. He's just sitting on Exort. Got him. Just gonna point that out for all of our lovely viewers. Not healing up at half HP in lane. Kind of weird for me, but. And going back to the thing, he needs to have that Force Staff so he can reposition himself into the team fight.
Yeah.
And just constantly drag them back. Whereas the Blink Dagger, you're like, oh, okay, well, we used our first smoke, we're able to get the kill, and you're just like, oh, well, we know that's going to happen now for Power Rangers, so they can set up for it. Meanwhile, top lane.
Yeah, this Invoker now way below half-life. It's going to be forced to Ghost Walk and get away. Ace is easily going to be able to pressure him back as he continues to make progression. Having that ring of health, it looks like Lincoln's
They're like
in
kissing.
order, but yeah,
now they're
so
kissing.
close. Now they see each other. J4 will hit him first with the Hex, follows up with the stun. Tries to go right out with a TP. Noya thinks he's going to go instead. He make the jump for Cheshire Cat, a much juicier target. And they're going to be able to get that kill. That's back-to-back takedowns on this Lone Druid. Danish Bears are making a strong case for themselves here in the mid-game.
Yeah, back-to-back kills on the Lone Druid, and that's your carry into this mid game. And if he's getting shut down, he's not having that fast Radiance. PL is, we talked about it before, where he has no counters this game besides the Lion blinking on top of him and blowing him up. before he starts spawning all his illusions. But if he's going to be able to farm up the Diffusal Blade, if he's going to be able to farm a heart, they're not going to be able to kill him. And it's looking very bad now for Power Rangers. They need to start grouping up and start taking either some objectives, either in this mid lane, or trying to get some pickoffs where they can let the lone druid free farm somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's that, or they could play it slow and see if Danish Bears slip up again with their big advantage, as it looked to happen in game number 1. Team that seems to be very good at being able to get themselves in front, but then it's being able to hold on to it here. We'll see if they can do it. As Penguin will be able to easily muscle back the lone druid a bit. J4 is going to have to continue to wait things out. It looks like he'll start a build up towards a Blink Dagger. Would be a crucial tool for Power Rangers in this one. But you could say just the same here for how much initiation power is on the side of Danish Bears. When you got an Earth Spirit and now a Bat Rider with a Blink Dagger, so many options open up for them to kind of dictate the game and dictate whatever fight they want to take. It's going to be a lot of PR just kind of playing a bit more reserved and stalling things out and perhaps just waiting for those mistakes here. We'll have to see.
You don't want to fall behind against a Bat Rider too, like you're talking about. It's just, you just set up for these picks. J4 is going to be scouting out. Oh, they could get it. No, it's just, I thought he had a gem maybe.
Sunstrike is there. They got the quick kill on the Bat Rider. Noya is just committed in for this fight. While the rest of his team wants to pull back, it looks like Arise will help commit for the kill. Gets off a nice boulder smash, though, which will stun them, but Arise will be able to get the blink off, jumps in, gets the orb, and will secure a double kill for himself. And at this point, the Danish Bears are going to be full retreat mode and step on back. But at that moment, Godham's going to be able to make his move, gets the cold snap there for Penguin, and that could be the end of it. And with this, will allow PR to take 2 kills and a tower. It's a little bit of something. You know, just when we're saying that PR are going to need to kind of, you know, get back into the groove here before Danish Bears are going to be able to kind of have a significant late game presence. It looks like they are taking steps.
Right, and it was on the backs of J4 Smoke, really well timed and very untimely, you know, dewarding there coming in from Bat Rider. And luckily enough, he didn't have a gem, because I thought you might have that, but it was only a Sentry Ward, so lucky for them, they didn't lose that. Or could have been another big turnaround from Power Rangers. Meanwhile, let's look at the items here from Power Rangers. We haven't really talked about Gotham for a while now, since he's got the Midas and the drums, but he's going to be building up to that Ags, and that's going to help him out a lot for just having the cooldowns reduced. It's going to help him be more tanky. A problem, though, is it's going to be funny. It's one of those games where you get shut down so hard as Invoker, you're not even going to be close to your level 16 when you get the eggs, so that's not going to help out as much as it could. Meanwhile, he's going to scout out Penguin here, playing really aggressive with his farming, and he's just able to do that because the Lion doesn't have a Blink Dagger yet. Meanwhile, Cheshire Cat,
looks like he might have been avoiding trouble, but no! They're able to catch him with a nice boulder smash. They've already made their move for the bear, though they want the 300 gold bounty, but Arise catches in. Nice 3-man coil will come out from him. Noya nearly bursted down with the finger, but he still lives. Somehow, some way, he walks the hell away, now rolls the hell out of there, and he will be good. Orb on forward. Arise not going to be able to get the catch there for Noya, but will be able to get the pick off on the Crystal Maiden. Penguin retreats south to make it away from trouble here. Power Rangers, it only ends up being 1 kill. It could have been 2, but they do not want to get coaxed into an awkward position for this one, so they step out. A Sunstrike, it looks like, was able to scout out the nearby Bat Rider, but that was a attempted go there for the Bears, and they will be walking away with a death instead. So Power Rangers not letting up.
Yep, I really like the poise there coming in for Power Rangers. Because you just got that kill, you don't have any of your other spells, and you don't have your Radiance online. You can't continuously chase, but meanwhile, J4 is going to be picked off here. Not giving respect to this Bat Rider.
Yeah, they had a ward in the mid lane. I don't know if it saw the initial approach, but we've seen many a time how Bat Riders can easily close that, what feels like a huge distance gap very quickly there. So will just be a support takedown. Nothing too crazy on that front. Bat Rider does have his full, you know, Bat Rider tool belt to work with the Force Staff now, and Penguin with Diffusal already built up to about 2K, and as you mentioned, once he starts tanking up a bit, this will be very, very difficult for BR to kind of be able to burst through the PL and all his ridiculous illusions here. So Do you think it's pressure on PR, though, to continue to play with the clock on this one? I mean, just on this lone druid alone might not be enough for the late game, so at some point they might need to continue ramping things up and pushing things towards the remainder tier 2s.
Yeah, I think in the late game, 50-60 minutes, this could heavily favor the Phantom Lancer, depending on how much the Lone Druid has. Like, say if Lone Druid has like 6k more or 1 or 2 items more, then potentially they could still out carry. But as I see it right now, with them being head-to-head, PL's going to win in this endeavor. But this Invoker is going to be the X factor right now for Power Rangers, because he has the eggs and because he can use all of his spells. He has the Meteor, Deafening Blast to really clear out those illusions. He also has another cool thing, which is Alacrity. I mean, you've seen it where you get an Invoker and a Legion Commander on your team just to buff up that Lone Druid, and he does work faster than a Wisp Tiny on the tower.
Yeah, unfortunately, no benefit of the Legion Commander. Hell, I've even seen when they do it with the Ogre Magi too, just to even get the Bloodlust on that one. Obviously adds a lot of huge damage and sieging potential for this Spirit Bear. So we'll have to see the combo come out here soon enough.
He gets like a bonus 150 damage or something right now with max Exort or something crazy like that. And he already hits very fast because you already have that Midas plus the Rabbit on. So what is the, let me see this. Where's my bear at? Is my bear split pushing? Oh, he's kind of scouting. This is really smart. If you're looking at, it'd be funny if Rise dies here. They could have a Sunstrike potential here. This is. This is a little.
Doesn't even bother going for it on this one, but has created a bit of a diversion here. It looks like PR are considering a move for the Roche or jumping the gap for the bottom lane. It looks like it will be for the Roche, but very scary. You're against the Hestejoe Batrider. In game number 1, he was very close to getting that Flame Break steal. Flame Break did come a touch late, and I don't think PR want to play that game again. It looks like they will pull back from the Roche pit on this one and just use the bear to kind of scout out instead. Does have the secondary bear if it is required here, but Hestejoe's flight should be coming to a close, and maybe that's the time that PR move in, when they know the Batrider's not going to be able to fly over the cliff here. But they even have the Earth Spirit who could roll in, so, jump for Penguin here. They spotted him out. They're going to get the early silence. Arizo going to be disciplined.
Ace.
Wait out for the coil on this one, and yeah, as you said, Ace moves in. They don't have the detection. They don't spring in yet. They're just kind of getting kited back and forth here. No commitment yet from PR. Looks like they'll be good. Very touch and go.
It's hard for it's hard for them to get a catch onto PL. You talked about it enough. Oh, speaking of which, J4, he had like 1,500 gold saved up, and he just decided to go for Urn and probably mass sentries and wards and dust. So
wow, yeah.
That is a huge blow to their initiation, because even if you initiate with the coil, he can just meanwhile mid. Thought they're gonna set up here, but J4 not having a blink tagger. But back to the puck here, you can't initiate onto the PL anymore, and what they're gonna have to do is try and find out the Batrider first, and Arise, how good is your play right now? And it's the same thing for Danish Bears. They can find out either the Invoker or the puck. So Hestejoe, how big is your back for your team?
We'll see here momentarily how much it banks on the execution factor here. Now with PR not having the glorious blinking lion as their person to make those initiation catch plays against those precious cores. You know, and it just would have sit so nicely with their team with this Alacrity Bear. Any opportunity that PR could get those pickoffs or big jumps where they have the advantage in a 5v4 or 5v3, let's say, they could push the base so freaking fast. It would be tier 2 and possibly tier 3 to lead to racks in a drop of a hat here with their sieging potential. Looks like Arise is spotted out Rise here. They try to anticipate a walk forward into his Sunstrike, which would have led to an easy kill, but Rise doesn't seem to be phased. Nothing will come out of it here. It's PR being very picky and choosy with where they want to take these fights, and that's probably a good thing to have, but the fight's coming their way. Ooh, J4 will be not caught out from that boulder smash. There's the jump. Hestejoe does make his move for J4. That should be a quick pick on for the Lion, and he will not have buyback. And they're not going to let up yet.
No.
Big Num in trouble. Going to be swarmed up, and they don't have a way to cancel the TP, so he will be TPing back out. Can Danish Bears go for the Rosh themselves? I don't feel like they have a significant Rosh lineup. I guess maybe with the Weaver.
Yeah, Weaver with the Swarm can never be underestimated. But their lanes are getting constantly pressured by Gotham. So this is good play coming in Power Rangers. Or it could be bad if he gets caught out here. Do they have Dust? No, they don't. So they need to have... I mean, you're against an Invoker. Come on, guys. You don't want to get punished for not having a Dust. And even if they found him here,
do
they don't have
enough?
Lasso.
Yeah, no Lasso.
Oh, okay, got him. Well, he's just AFK. Oh, just AFK.
Silence, running around, can't quite shift. And we'll be able to get the Ghost Walk now, so as expected. No way to get the catch here, but Arise is on the move. They're hustling. Sunstrike. Oh, wow, actually connected there for the Bat Rider. But Arise not going to be able to get close enough to set things up with the coil there and get a couple of picks. And it looks like Danish Bears are going to have to go back into the grind of farm at this point. Ace, with a bit more time, should be able to farm up his first real, offense item after completing out the Lincolns here. Could go right to the death, so would make their Roche potential so much easier. And as we just saw, Penguin was able to finish out his Manta, so he's got his Manta Diffusal. I imagine probably something like a Heart is on the agenda to kind of really be able to bulk up quite a bit, but we'll need more time for that one.
Yeah, I like Heart or Scotty. Heart just if you want to have that extra sustain when you're going in and out of the team fights, or Scotty when you're just trying to lock on the targets, and especially the Lone Druid's Bear. You can, once you can defusal it, and you're going to be hitting it with the Scotty. It's a tremendous amount of slow. It's not even going to be moving, and that's how Danish Bears are kind of, either hold their high ground once it comes with the Bear having the Aegis and stuff, or when they start putting on the pressure when the Bear's trying to get in their face and do the Radiance pull on the creeps. So it's going to be interesting how that works. But right now it's both neck and neck for Power Rangers and Danish Bears. It's going to come down to the initiation from the Bat Rider and as well as the puck. But as the game goes a little bit later, then you're going to have other things to work with. And what I wanted to go back for the Weaver here is, like you said, the Desolator, it's nice and all, but they're going to be scouting, playing really aggressive here. But he needs to have MKB eventually for the Lone Druid and his Radiance. So it's either you get that or you get the BKB, which helps out for that, as well as the lockdown potential coming in from Power Rangers.
Yeah. I guess maybe wagering. Lion does have a Blink Dagger, so I'll just go for the MK build-up instead. Let's be able to get that extra bit of bursty damage here. Looks like the lasso has begun, and a magnetized follow-up comes out from the Danish Bears. And they're looking to quickly burst apart a couple here from the side of PR, but they will lose their Earth Spirit first here. The swarm of creeps comes out as Chen shows his mighty new army, and Danish Bears are quick to get back into hibernation mode at this point. So a jump attempted there, and they'll be coming up short. Not looking good there for Danish Bears. They've been
He's blocking. He blocked the creep here for like 5 seconds, and they want to roach here like they mass pinged on the creeps of Jet. That was hilarious.
There's just too much to handle here from the side of PR. Oh, Hestajo, maybe I can torch up this creep wave a bit. And now they made their jump instead for J4. It looks like they'll be able to make it away. Serious tension around this pit, though. Obviously,
Power Rangers are just showing they want to get this Roche very badly. Oh, we got silence. Nice pullback.
Yules will be there, though. The nicely timed boulder smash, but there is going to be a shift away. A hand of God as a response here, and we'll see if PR can take this one back. But Ace has shifted in from the backside and starts focus firing down J4. J4 is going to be able to get the finger off her eyes, but in the meantime, Heston Joe's going to be able to get the snag, pulling in Cheshire Cat. And this leads to the magnetize. And it's PR who could be against the ropes at this point. Arise, though, steps in, gets off a nice coil. Looking to go for Ace, but Ace gets off the time lapse, will avoid and bring back a lot of that damage. And it will be Goddamn who picks up the double kill at the end. Even zip the fight 3-3. PR.
Invoker and PL killed each other. Oh, I wish I had watched that duel now. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I was just watching the Arise coming back into the team fight. I wish I had veered off to the right there. That would have been amazing to see them both kill each other, but that's dead even right now for both sides. I mean, you don't lose your you lose your PL and you still have the Bear on the field. So a bit of a win there coming for Power Rangers, but no objectives are going to be taken. And who is this going to benefit the most right now? Well, since all of their spells for both teams are on low cooldown, they can still just run at each other.
Yeah.
So no big ultis are on cooldown.
Can't do Roche, though. They both know it's like, well, if we go for Roche, the other team is just going to show up. And as you mentioned, there's no real long cooldowns to work with. You can just anticipate that everybody's going to have everything in their arsenal to put up a true 5-man there. It's just who has...
I guess Hand of God is the only thing, but...
The better 5-man, yeah. Hand of God on one side to make a good response play, while Danish Bears have the great initiation on their side and could get the grab on someone like a Chen before a Hand of God would even come out. So that's why it does put us in this awkward situation where both teams kind of match up pretty well. But if we're playing the clock game here, it does feel a bit better for the Bears in this one. So as time does go on, the pressure amounts here for PR to be able to kind of get something done. I don't know if it seems like to them it's getting the Roche and Aegis and then being able to make an advancement here, but Danish Bears have certainly not made that easy.
Right. And I wanted to go back to Power Rangers itemization real quick here. For the Spirit Bear, I was going to say, yeah, you should go Mjolnir, but they really need to have a Vlad's on their team. I guess, okay, so yeah, we're going to have it on the Chin, but not having it on the Lone Druid was a bit sketchy for me because we've seen how low he gets from the harassment, and if he's able to just turn around his bear, start right-clicking, and have that lifesteal on top, maybe the bear lives, and they're also going to get heavily boosted with the armor. Armor helps out against the Weaver bugs, and it's just helping out your team with the right-clicks getting the lifesteal, but Chen's got it covered. He's got me. I'm okay.
Chen's like the serious utility player on this team right now. I mean, with now the mech, he's got the Bassie even, soon to be the Vlads, and obviously his mighty creeps, and particularly that big golem, are going to be providing so much extra utility for his team to really take advantage of. And when they walk away from these fights barely alive or avoiding a bit of trouble, it's credit to all those being able to kind of stay alive and durable enough. It looks like Danish Bears are going on the offensive.
Both teams.
Yeah.
Well, a big key item right now is Batrider with his BKB. He can choose to lasso whatever he wants, and he should not be interrupted. There's nothing that's going to help out. No Abyssal Blades in this game yet. Nothing really piercing the BKBs. Are they going to catch PL, though?
Yes, they are, and his team is far and away. Doppelganger, but it's going to be going towards the silence here set from Arise. The commit in EMP with the coil will lock him in with the reduced mana, and they'll quickly burst him down. Here comes the rest of Danish Bears. I don't know if they want to take this fight now that they've lost their PL. Noya going to be able to get off the magnetize, but quickly hit him with the finger. Estedo jumps in, shows off his new BKB, going to get the lasso pull back here for Arise, but right pulled into a freezing field, but he is still alive and well. Noya will be going down, a double kill for Cheshire Cat. Now they look for Hestejo. J4 has locked him down. Ace has shown up, though, from the back lines here. A race for the gem. Big Num going to be able to pick it up. Summons in the creeps, but it's not going to be enough. He's able to kind of make it to the other side of the lake, but he will be going down in the end, and it is going to be PR who take a bit of a harder hit on this one. 3 for 2 trade. Cheshire Cat is able to get a couple of kills for himself, but
Rise?
done. Yeah, Rise. Yeah. Okay, Rise, how you doing? And Sunstrike, still not enough. Is he really going to walk away alive? He should have been dead for sure. Heston Joe now jumps in. Yeah, they're going to be able to get the kill in the meantime. Rise will get taken down there from Gotham, but in the meantime, it's Ace and Hestejo who have pincered Cheshire Cat on this one.
He's going to make the TP attempt.
They'll get the Lone Druid down. He's not going to be able to make it away. Lone Druid will be dropped. Ace now dominating on his Weaver. Over 3K gold now in his pocket after completing that MKB. They will end up with the gem, it looks like. And this will be the most significant turnaround for the Danish Bears this game. I mean, it's been a net worth advantage from PR from the get-go, but that is a big turn of the game and the momentum And I wonder if at this point PR are going to have to really ramp up this split push game.
No, it might come down to the split push, but man, when you think CM is just useless sometimes, other times she just looks absolutely amazing. Taking down a Rise out of that team fight, and they fought 4v5 without their Phantom Land. So I want you to think about that. 15k not in the team fight, it's unbelievable. It's coming down to Cheshire Cat. I keep looking at him in these team fights on his lone druid, and he's chasing so far for like CM or Earth Spirit or somebody that he leaves his team and he doesn't focus the other cores of the Danish Bears like Ace wasn't getting killed. Meanwhile, top lane.
Yeah, Godham's making his move for Rise, but it may have been him being baited into him just going down himself. Joe's able to step in, gets off the lasso, and then the rotations come on forward. And it will be a trade of an Invoker for a Crystal Maiden, one that obviously the Bears are going to be content with.
And they have Aegis. Oh, everything is in Danish's Bear court now.
Yep. We'll see. Even
so,
DD Rune at the bottom lane
pick up
waiting
the fish
if they want it. Yeah, we'll have to see what PR are going to be doing as a response here. I don't even know really how much faith I would have in their high ground defense. They definitely put together more of a lineup where it should be them kind of pushing their own advantage here. But they're now going to be going against a Bat Rider who is able to kind of easily get that pull out. The siege potential from Danish Bears is very nice. They have great low ground, slow, damage coming in from your Weaver. PL's kind of able to easily be able to siege and make it away from any sort of scary trouble. So I would be a bit anxious here if PR do end up in a position where they're defending. And it does look like they are going to be just pushing as much as possible here. Rise will go to work here on the bottom while Gotham had been doing mostly work in the top lane. Stalling out, but you're stalling out into a PL and a Weaver. It's the unfortunate thing here.
That's the thing. It's like we talked about how amazing PL is in the late game. We just haven't given Ace as much credit. Where he's starting to hit like a truck. He's got his BKB online. And they don't have enough utility to really counter this. Like you have a free reign for Weaver and Bat Rider in these team fights to do whatever they want. You also have the PL can do whatever you want just because of how that was a very cute play. Try and do that again from Noya, trying to silence up a Rise. Could have been dead there, but I see 3 unkillable heroes right now on Danish Bears sides if they manage to get off the BKBs.
Yeah. Now
if J4 can spectacularly do something without having a blink dagger, we'll have to see.
In the meantime, Penguin will make his move for this mid lane tier 2, but they will have to at some point probably address this top lane here as PR do continue their advancement. Haven't been able to do a lot of work on this tier 3 yet, but over time, they might be able to whittle it down bit by bit here. Ace will be the one to kind of rotate back and begin to go to work. Now they make their jump for the mid lane while they might have an advantage in numbers. Long Tornado, obviously going to be doppelgang dodged right there from Penguin, but there will be the Yules coming in from Arise, leads to the silence. Noya, though, gets a nice boulder smash, leads to the easy setup as Hestijo will get the lasso there for Gotham, leads to a silence, into a magnetized roll forward, hand to God. Attempted defense comes out, but Penguin's already made his move. Cheshire Cat is just getting isolated easily from both Ace and Penguin. That is the mighty Lone Druid. Going to be easily taken down. This puts pressure on Gotham to kind of be the last big dominant force for PR. And I don't think he's going to be able to do enough. He's been putting on a long chase here for the Bat Rider. We'll be able to get it and the Courier. But they did lose their Lone Druid.
He wants to sell something too for the gem. Yep, sold his jumps. Not bad for Gotham here. But let's see that fight recap. I'd say it's still favorable for the side of Danish Bears. They have their 2 cores online. Gotham can still do a lot of work, though. Oh, he doesn't have his... Might have overstayed his welcome. He doesn't have his Ghost Walk anymore, but they're trying to find him. Doesn't have the Aegis anymore in PL.
Okay, Arise is in. He's got the silence, but Penguin is not letting up. He is pushing in for Gotham here, and now he changes targets. Looking to go for Bignum. And this PL is just a force to be reckoned with, man. You can't really get it. He's going to be forced to pull in the creeps at this point. Arise trying his best to help him out. The Ghost Scepter will be forced. And Penguin finally steps away, but that is almost the entirety of PR rotating in just to aid him out. All of the threat of just one little PL, and that heart just adds so much life force to him, and he even has another 3,500 gold. This PL is just gross, and he's not even near the closest net worth in the top net worth in the game. He's still 2K behind the top, which is this Weaver, man. It's the Weaver who's the big boy here, 4.2K. I'm curious to see what he goes for now. I mean, he has the flexibility. He could go for crit, or I don't know.
I think Butterfly is the best here in this game. It adds a lot. It makes sure the bear goes for the MKB. The right clicks of the creeps as well from the chin can be a little bit annoying from time to time. The Invoker's right clicks are going to start hitting heavily if he has the Alacrity on, so it's not a bad item. You can also use the Flutter active too if you're trying to get in or get out. I mean, you're talking about a Weaver though who has Sakuchi, so doesn't necessarily need it, but
Sakuchi plus Flutter, yeah, you'll run yourself into a different time.
Can you? Yeah, never mind. It's like
no trades yet. I don't know. I think Danish Bears, they haven't really been. They've been tickling the idea of split pressuring a lot from PR, but it's been mostly Danish Bears just kind of putting themselves past the river and forcing PR into a very awkward situation, and Danish Bears are going to be happy if the game continues to kind of progress here. So PR really need to kind of go on the offensive at this point. I don't know if they need to stall out and hope for the next Roche to kind of come their way, but the longer this goes, the more I do get nervous for them, and they definitely need to reconsider their approach in some of these fights. I mean, Cheshire Cat just got easily isolated from those two cores and had no help nearby. It felt like a bit of chaos right there, and that could be more credit for Danish Bears just kind of putting PR in that situation. But yeah, hopefully for the sake of PR, we don't see another situation where, Cheshire Cat's kind of stuck on his own.
Yeah, if he gets isolated like that again, it could just all be over. I don't think Gautam's going to put the team on his back another time with all these heavy hitting items. And you were right, Daedalus Phrase just wants to hit as hard as he can. So he doesn't need any more survivability tools because he has the Lincolns and the BKB.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand why he wants to go for it. It's a really good item here. And as you talked about it, I'm losing my voice because I don't have water with me right now.
Is under attack.
But with Puck, I was going to be so very surprised. The thing you were talking about, how Power Rangers can get back into this game, is with initiation with with sheep sticks. They have one on the Invoker now, and I thought Arise was going to go for that sheep stick, but instead he goes for this Ags. And we all know how the Ags works on Puck. You have to hit it before they cast the BKB, else it's going to be completely useless.
Yeah.
But if they do that, then they just keep them there. And it should help them a lot against the Weaver if they want to just try and stick on him and burst him down. So we'll see if it works out. If they can get the coil on the Weaver, I see them winning the team fight. Because then he's just going to be there, and Cheshire Cat attacks them.
Could be a big if, though. We'll have to see if it comes down to a bit of a catch-out, or if it will be more towards this Roche here, which it's a longer timer. I guess technically could be to the benefit of the Danish Bears for this one, but PR are going to have to continue to wait a bit. They make a long shift towards this top lane. They found this lane to be kind of the weak spot here of the Bears. And for the first time in quite a while, we will see the Power Rangers potentially go on the offensive for this one. Just feeling like, time is not on their side. They see Penguin alone here. We'll see if they can potentially make an advancement onto him. It's a lot of pressure on Arise. Kind of set the stage here. Still no Blink Dagger for J4 on the Lion either, so no Insta-Hex, which would definitely be very nice to have.
Not often you see a 46-minute game where Lion has absolutely diddly do.
This'll come in handy.
And he's going to be... I just wish they would prioritize him farming. Just help the guy. Just give him a lane for like 1 minute. All you need is 1 minute or something, and that's at least like 600 gold or something from 2 creep waves, if not more. And that's all the time they really need. And all you can do is just split push the other lanes. You can even help him out against these ancients. Like, just hit them all down to 1 HP or whatnot, and the prioritization of Power Rangers hasn't been the best. Like I see this Lion could have had a tremendous impact if he just went for it 20 or 25 minutes ago. Maybe they would have won the game already. Who knows?
We'll see if they can find any sort of opportunity, though, even though it does feel like they have been coming up short on finding him here. We're starting to see continues to come their way, but we have about 30 seconds, and this Roche will be up. Already on the scene will be the Danish Bears here. But as mentioned, it's getting the critical mass, so all hands should be on tech for this one, with the exception of just the Lion, who still needs to kind of get onto the farm here. 200 just short of getting that Blink Dagger completed. Would love to have it for any sort of Roche skirmish here. And Ace already, man, he just completed that day list. He's got over 3K gold already saved up. All right, okay. I wouldn't have mind seeing even possibly a Blink Dagger come out for Noya on this one too, on the Earth Spirit. Being able to blink in and get that, or I guess Ether Lens could work, but the way you could drop that stone and get the insta-silence could be trouble for someone like Arise.
It just went for the Guardian Greaves because he was like, oh, I keep getting, silenced from the puck here, so I have to play a little bit defensive so I can cast all of my spells. And I think that's just his thought process. If he can have a Blink Dagger again set up, you could just do a tremendous amount of work with the ES, especially going against a team in Power Rangers, which none of them have BKBs. Normally you're having a nightmare when you're playing ES and there's like 2 or 3 BKBs. It's like, oh, I have to wait now before I can use any of my spells, and I just feel completely useless.
Okay, here comes Hestajo, but he is actually going to get quickly hexed and Yulesed up, and he pops his BKB once that will conclude and makes his advancement, getting the grab on for Gotham on this one. Penguin check will also help him in trying to take another Gotham here. But J4 going to be going down first, and a big freezing field will fly out from Rise. Eventually he will get bursted down, and the buyback begins to come out here from Gotham and PR. They know that they need to get this fight win if they want to stay alive in this game and close the series out 2-0. And they're making a move for Penguin check on this one. Cold Snap is there. They got the follow-up Hex, and here comes the Bear, and they're going to get the takedown. PL will have a buyback, otherwise going to be on the sidelines for about 90 seconds here. Buybacks continue to trickle out, this time on the Crystal Maiden, as they know that PR are going to be making their move in for the Roche. This could get them back in the game, and now the PL is going to be popping off into a buyback here, but this Roche is going down so fast. There's the jump in from Hestajo. He's going to be able to get it. No! Not going to be happening here. It gets killed by the Radiant. The Age is snagged up from the Lone Druid on this one. This could be time for the Power Rangers here. Got him, turn around. Nice tornado setup. Can they get the finish? This could be a dieback for PL if he's going to be dropped. Ace going to be out for 2 minutes. No buyback. Penguin's in trouble. He's going for Gotham. Gotham not going to be able to go down. Turn around, Deafening Blast. They got him. Both cores are out. Nearly 2 minutes, and that's game. Just like that. Are you serious? PR pull back and sweep this series 2-0 at a drop of a hat.
Radiant.
What did I just witness? The last 2 minutes of my life.
Oh my! All the Bat Rider.
Yeah, they caught the Bat Rider with his pants down. They spanked him, sent him packing, and then what was really good was Ace popped his BKB before Puck got off the Dream Coil, and that was the whole thing I was talking about. But they still had the DPS coming out from Cheshire Cat, and PL wasn't able to do anything really in the team fights. He just wasn't there doing enough. It was Ace kind of initiating way too early by himself, and PL wasn't able to get online, start hitting, and getting up his images really fast. And that buyback coming in from Gotham immediately changed the whole aspect of that game, where he's like, oh, I could just stay dead. Let me just watch my team. But no, he was like, I'm going to get back in this thing. I'm going to make a difference. And boy, what a difference that, last 30 seconds he came back to the team fight was.
That is just... I'm still speechless by it, but somehow Power Rangers have found their way to quickly get the 2-0 advancement here. I'll be updating the bracket here in a moment so we can see, but I'll show you as it is right now, not updated. With this win, Power Rangers have secured their spot into round 2. They will need to await their potential opponent, as we need to see Team Liquid face off against Yellow Submarine. I actually need to double check if that's going to be our next series or if it's going to be Spirit versus Empire here I know I should know these things, but it would appear that it is going to be Yellow Submarine versus Liquid. So that is going to be the next series. Should be a good one. I haven't seen Liquid since Shanghai. It will be an exciting one. This is KotLGuy, of course, for Beyond the Summit, joined by Ryu Boris. Catch him on his Twitter at Ryu Dota. It's RYUU Dota. But otherwise, we have about an hour, just under an hour, until the second series is to begin. So take this moment, have a snack, but be sure to come back as we have more BTS EU action waiting for you. We'll see you soon.